What is Halloweentown's least favorite appetizer?
I know this. I feel like I do. Is it a calzone?
Calamari. Oh man. Anyway.
Oh man, that's the least favorite main course.
Oh, is that not an appetizer?
No. Like mine would have been if you had asked the main course versus yours.
A calzone. I'm really glad that we both went in that direction. Okay, anyway, let's do this. What team?
Wildchats.
What team?
Wildchats.
What team?
Wildchats.
Wildchats.
Get your head in the podcast.
My name is Sara.
My name is Tiffany.
And you're listening to Wildchats. Get your head in the podcast, where we talk all things Disney Channel, because there are some things that you never grow out of.
You know what I never grew out of?
I'm honestly so excited to hear.
Even from the last Halloweentown episode, I have not grown out of hating Sophie's acting.
I feel like she got better in this one.
Better.
She got better, and then the third one, she just gave up.
I feel like she
peaked. I think this is her peak.
This really?
Yeah.
But I think that everybody else got better. So in relationship to everyone else.
Oh, she didn't improve as much?
Yeah.
Ooh. But also I feel like her character, like, I have so much to say. Anyway. Guys, it's late October. The Wildchats are here to talk about
Halloweentown II
Kalabar's Revenge. So last year we talked about the first Halloweentown. I enjoyed it. Probably. Did I like it? Did you like it?
I think so.
Okay, I think we liked it. I'm sure we thought it was like a fun kids movie.
Yeah.
Now,
it's Halloween. The portal's open.
Yeah.
It's time to go back to Halloweentown, guys. So Halloweentown 2 came out in 2001. What's so funny?
That was nice.
It's, in case you guys didn't know, it's the second Halloweentown.
One of 2 of 4.
Right. Oh my God, a fourth one.
Tiffany and I separately watched this movie, and then we just saw each other right now, and we were like, that was a doozy. Okay, I will say this. I will preface it this way. The other day, we put a post on Instagram asking you guys to rank the 4 movies. A lot of you guys put this movie as your very favorite, as your number 1.
I will say that after rewatching the movie, a lot of, let's say if I hadn't rewatched any of the Halloweentowns, a lot of my memory of Halloweentown, the scenes came from this movie.
Yes.
So maybe it was like, it was definitely iconic in that sense. But
it was memorable.
Upon a rewatch, oh my, Sara, I planned to watch this like a week ago, and I was kind of like dreading it. And then I really, really pushed it off. And I was like, okay, last night I was going to watch it before I went to sleep. And I was like, oh man, I really don't want to do this. And then this morning, I woke up seconds later, my eyes like still shut, and I jumped straight into the movie. And I think that was a huge mistake.
Oh no. Yeah, I may have fallen asleep a couple times during the movie. But guys, don't worry. I went back and I watched it again. So we are fully qualified right now to talk and to analyze this movie.
Yes. I still love Marnie and
the gang.
Aggie. The gang, right. We have a few additions.
Oh yeah. Barely.
Let's get into
villain?
it.
Yeah, okay. Let's get into this thing, guys.
So just a little recap. Oh, which the movie did do for us. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
The very first scene is a recap.
Yeah, so they defeated Kalabar. They lit that pumpkin. And they all joined hands and chanted this spell. And everything was good again. Grandma Aggie came to live in the mortal world. And that's exactly where we leave off. A year later.
2 years later.
Oh, 2 years later.
Yeah, she looks a little older. She's like a teenager now.
I like her look without the bangs. I will say that.
Oh, yeah. She looked a lot better. You're like, I like her look without the bangs. You like currently have bangs. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, yours look a lot better. Promise.
Fun fact, I saw Kimberly J. Brown earlier this summer. She does this, like, she comes to this horror, I don't want to say horror, but for lack of better words, horror convention. And she has her own little booth and she just takes pictures of people. I did not want to pay for the photo, so I did not.
I'm not
get
gonna ask
one.
how much.
But I saw her in the flesh, and she's just so lively. I love her. She still has her youth. She looks exactly the same as she did in this movie.
What?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
probably Halloweentown High.
Oh. You're right. just older, but she still, I don't know, she just has that, like, I don't know, Disney Channel gave her some kind of like youthful energy. Like,
I think so too. She has like Hilary Duff, like,
yes,
longevity.
Mm-hmm. So Aggie has been living in the mortal world for 2 years, but nothing has changed. The mom, I still don't know her name. The mom and Aggie continue to fight.
The technology's changed.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we open up Marnie's on a group chat online with her friends or something.
Yeah, it's like this pink instant messenger chat room.
Yeah, but like it says the message.
Yeah, it
out
reads
loud.
out her messages, but it's like, I feel like they just tried to flex like technology on the world, but like now looking back at it, it's like so like cringe.
I think maybe it was trying to show kind of what the teenager life is.
Yeah.
So like,
but I feel
Marnie's
like
on group chat.
the group chat was great, but that like, what is it? That synthesizer, like that voice reading it out.
This is Pixel Perfect or something. Xenon.
Is this Smart House or something?
But
while she's on this computer talking,
I'm already laughing.
She's getting these feelings, these like this feeling that something's there. Something, it's a dark feeling. Something's lurking in the shadows.
And then out from behind her, she doesn't see it, but we see a giant face appear. Ominous, like a bright neon ghostly green.
Yeah.
And we're like, whew, it's already spooky and we're only in the first
literal
scene.
Chills.
And the audience can see, but she doesn't know. But that's actually the face of Cal, who she's about to meet at her family's Halloween party. So at least they've like warmed up to it. It's Halloween night.
Apparently there's this dance at school later on where they have a costume contest of like who's like the best costume wins some kind of like thing, and they announce it at midnight. But I was wondering, what kind of school event runs until midnight? That is unheard of for me.
Also, I'm just so upset that they go to 2 parties.
I know.
That bothered
I totally forgot that this is the pregame.
Like, yeah, it upsets me so much. Like, what time does that party end? And they even have some time in between before the party starts at school.
Yeah. Oh, I guess they got to eat dinner or something. They can't just be eating candy apples.
I'm just like, I just feel like a big school dance or something or a party is the thing that you kind of end the movie with.
Oh yeah. Well,
but the whole thing was the party. So it was like, it felt like it's like a really, really long, dragged out scene.
Yeah, like the beginning's a party, but they're still at a party.
Yeah. They just move locations. Oh gosh.
Same extras.
Yeah. Oh my god. Also, it's Halloween. Marnie loves it. Her costume of choice is a witch. Why?
Well, you're
such a Halloween enthusiast.
Sometimes a costume really like speaks to you? Because like I know I was a cheerleader for like years in a row. Different types of cheerleaders, but still a cheerleader nonetheless.
Well, I didn't
Maybe
know
she just
that.
really likes witches.
Did you really like cheerleaders or cheerleading?
No.
I guess it's just the look then. Yeah, I just thought that was really unoriginal for somebody who claims to be so like eccentric.
Yeah. But also Aggie didn't have a costume at all, and she's the biggest enthusiast for Halloween.
Well, for her it's not. Oh, hold on. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay. If Halloween is a real place, then maybe
she could have worn a goblin thing. I don't know, is that offensive?
No, probably
to her kind, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe for them, like if you were in the Earth world, I don't know what it's called. Mortal world.
Realm.
Mortal Kombat. Maybe it would have been more of like a heritage day. You know?
Yeah.
Like show your stuff.
Show your stuff.
So like for other people it's like, yeah, I'm dressing up as a thing, but for them it's like, oh, like this is my witch culture.
Mm-hmm. So everyone's just appropriating it. Nice. Okay.
Nice.
At this party, all the little kids. Also, this party is so open. There's children of all ages.
I know. It's probably like the hottest place to be in the neighborhood. Are they even going out trick-or-treating?
I was just thinking that. Yeah, but why go trick-or-treating when you can have Aggie's magic purse, bag, luggage, suitcase thing? It's endless.
And like we mentioned earlier, Marnie's just like hanging out at her party, and then she meets a cute boy.
Yes, a boy and his father moved in across the street, and they're like, hey, we're new. Thought we'd come to this little party you're having.
Yeah, but he's all smoldering and he has a leather jacket. Oh my god. So like
Bad
2000s
boy.
hot boy.
Yeah. Hot boy starter pack.
Yeah, and then what is the line that he said?
Oh my god.
Okay, it was something like, you know, because Marnie was wearing a witch costume. It was like, well, if all witches were as pretty as you, they wouldn't have such a bad reputation. She's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, she's swooning immediately.
Yeah. Girl falls way too fast in this movie. I am so disappointed.
I mean, recurring like mother like daughter, you know.
That's true. Both the mom and Marnie are so easily swayed in this film.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Sophie is also getting these like weird feelings that something's wrong.
Mm-hmm. Sophie's the smartest one in this movie, I swear.
Yeah, I mean, in both of them, I feel like.
Oh yeah,
because she didn't in the last movie she was the one who's just started like chanting that spell.
Yeah.
How did it go? The spells did get more like real in this movie.
Shafnada. Okay, I have so much to say about the spells.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
So Marnie gives Cal a little tour of the house. So she takes him to her room. Okay. All right.
Okay. Moving a little fast.
Yeah. He basically tells her like, oh, this is kind of a boring room.
Yeah, he roasted her.
For someone as interesting as Marnie.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, yeah, well, my mom likes ordinary things.
Well, how did he know that she was even like that interesting? You know, that should have been red flag number one. First of all,
because he'd been spying on her during her group chats.
Oh,
he probably knows all the tea. So he probably like figured out just exactly what to say. But anyway, she's like, well, I'm not boring. Like, I can show you something interesting in my house.
Oh, yeah. Also, before all of this, we see that Sophie and Aggie are in her room and they're looking through this crystal ball thing, and they kind of like are looking at Halloweentown. And may I say, Luke is just not cute to me at all. Yeah, but anyways, my point is that scene's important because when they leave the room, Sophie's like, oh, okay, do that thing that mom always tells you to do, which is like hide your room, because her room has all this like magic stuff and you don't want these laymen to be walking into her room.
Yeah, so she basically makes the door invisible.
Yes.
So nobody can get in. Looks like an average door. Although I gotta say, like, She could have just like made the door look like
a normal door. Yeah, it looked like this whole like
and then just locked it.
Like 1600s dungeon door. Like
yeah, maybe that's the like witch aesthetic that she likes.
True. She's not trying to sacrifice any of her personality, you know.
Oh no.
Marnie's like, oh, you think that's ordinary? Let me show you my grandma's room, which is also just like such a weird thing to say. Like I would never be like, oh, like let's go to my like my elder's room. Like but yeah,
just how boring her house is.
Yeah,
the grandma has the coolest room.
Her grandma's door appear with magic.
But he's probably not looking at that, right?
What? Oh, her do that?
Yeah.
No. She like does that very like slyly before she like leaves the room.
Okay.
She like sticks her hand out and like points at her or something.
Got it.
And then he's like, whoa, was that door there before? Good acting, Cal. Good acting. But yeah, in the room, it's like your typical looks like a witch apothecary shop. Like there's like
Hogwarts, Wizards of Waverly Place.
Yes.
Kind of looking thing.
Exactly.
Their lair. It's her lair.
Yeah. They don't have modern lighting. It's very dark in there.
But that's just like an old person. Old people love it being dark. She shows him around like, oh, look at this cool thing.
She's so bad at like covering up her lies. Like,
yeah.
Also, stupid Marnie. You're stupid. Marnie, you're so ignorant.
You're so ignorant.
Like everything she got herself in like a really, really bad situation because there's just so much magic stuff lying around. Like Aggie's spell book.
Aggie's like, little spell book. That was a big book.
And she's slowly regretting it. She has to be like, oh, but it's not real, you know, but no, you can't touch it.
Yeah, that werewolf hair was really hard to get. I mean, like I read that it was like difficult because it's fantasy because it's fake. Yeah, but I'm totally cool. I'm still cool even though everything is fake. She literally just met this guy and is already basically telling him that she's a witch. Yeah. Come on, Marnie. Come on.
Also, it's just common courtesy for your own like family. Don't go into each other's rooms like that.
Oh my God.
I bet you if like her grandma was showing her friend around, it's like, oh, let's enter my granddaughter's room and touch everything. Marnie would not like that. Also something
I feel like old people would do. Yeah. So, you know, he's inquiring about the book. And she's like, let's just go. So she leaves first.
Oh my God. So many problems.
Rookie mistake. And then he does a spell and steals the book. He makes it all tiny. Maybe that's why he calls it
Little Spell Book. Yeah.
And he steals it.
Big surprise. Good going. Meanwhile, like the party's still going on. Dylan's a little bit grown up now. He's gotten a lot taller, but he's still having a little trouble with the ladies. He's still trying to get a date to this dance, which is on the same night. A little last minute.
Yep.
Also, I was very triggered that he asked Tiffany to go to the dance.
I thought it was Cindy.
Oh, no, yeah. Cindy is the girl that was like actually present in the movie, but he asked these like other girls, like, because the mom was like, what about Tiffany?
Oh.
Yeah. I would have gone with him.
Aw.
Maybe
he like didn't get his text.
Yeah. I didn't get his headphone walkie-talkie. Cal leaves the party. He screams some words into the wind
and makes himself a portal to go into Halloweentown. I'm upset because that means the bus is useless.
Oh my God.
Maybe he has like powerful enough
We didn't
magic.
see the bus at all.
I think there were some budget issues here.
Oh yeah.
I'll get into it, but the Halloweentown that he, portals into is not the same setup as before. It's totally different, like not as big.
Yeah. It reminds me of like I'm gonna make a more modern reference, like in Descendants 3, how they have like Oridon Plaza, and like they use the same set for like the Isle Plaza, and they just like decorated differently. I'm like, okay, budget issues. Meanwhile, back at the party, Aggie is still doing her party trick, busting things out of her bag until it's empty. Yes, there's nothing left. Also, I found it funny that like the kid is just so unappreciative. And it was just like, I forgot what he said.
He goes like this, just my luck. I feel like that was like added in that day or something. Like somebody's kid needed to be in the movie. Yeah. I just feel like they're like, we need to put this kid in the movie. Twice in the movie.
I'm so sure that you're probably getting like free stuff from that bag for like the last 30 minutes. Like, okay, you didn't get this one last thing.
Yeah.
Big whoop.
And Aggie's a little bit concerned because, you know, that bag is connected to her house. So it should be like an infinite amount of things.
Yeah. And it's never run out for centuries.
She figures, I should probably go back home and check. So she and the kids are trying to figure out, like, how can we get our mom to agree to let us go to Halloweentown just for a little quick trip? So they ask her, and she says no. But then they kind of eventually, because they're talking in front of people, they get her to agree to it. Mm-hmm. So, but instead of the whole squad, it's just Aggie and Marnie who are gonna go, and then Dylan and Sophie are gonna stay there with the mom. But Aggie gives them a little, like, what was it called? Like
headphones.
A headphone, yeah. It's like a really disgusting looking thing.
Oh my god! When I saw those, they still like frighten me.
Yeah, they're so good. They function like a walkie-talkie, basically, between the worlds.
Yeah, and they're these like red and blue.
I thought it was like, pink, but it's okay.
Oh,
it's like a hot pink.
Yeah, okay. Fuchsia, if you will.
Yeah.
And blue rubber-looking skull to have glowing eyes, and this
pigtails.
Yeah, I was so confused. Skulls don't have hair follicles. Super triggering, but they allow you to communicate between the mortal world and Halloweentown. And Aggie made those herself. Like, you go, girl.
Technology. Okay, and then they go into they're trying to catch the bus, and they can't catch the bus, so they make a portal too.
Oh my god.
It's so easy.
Like, this is why the bus is going out of business, because people are just making out of buzziness. They're just making their own portals willy-nilly. So they go to Halloweentown, and this is not the Halloweentown that they left. It's all black and white
and gray all over.
And everybody looks normal in the sense that it's not colorful. They're not goblins.
Like the monsters anymore. They all look like really extremely boring gray humans.
You're right.
And they find Luke there from the first movie, but he's back to his like kind of pretty version of himself.
Yeah, he looks like how he did when Kalabar put that spell on him in the first movie. Yeah, but this is where they realize that someone put a spell on all of Halloweentown, which is just like crazy that you can do that.
I know. And not even a Cromwell.
Yeah. So it's like, dude. Why didn't Kalabar just do that in the beginning? You know?
Honestly, I still don't really understand what his motivations were in the first movie. I really don't get it. But yeah.
Marnie makes this comparison. Like, she says, humans aren't this boring.
Aggie says this is kind of a similar generalization that humans make of people in Halloweentown. They kind of have like a stereotype in their head, and then this whole gray spell nonsense is kind of how Halloweentown people might look at humans, like, oh, they're just boring gray, you know. So Aggie calls Dylan on the headphone so he can look up a spell to reverse it in the spell book. And they can't find it.
Well. Aggie's little spell book is gone.
Aggie asked Marnie, okay, how could this book be missing? I'm the only person who goes into my room. It must have been taken because it wasn't like lost. Aggie knew exactly where it was supposed to be. So she's like, did anybody like go in my room? And Marnie's like, about that. I definitely kind of went in there. And Aggie's like, oh, did you like bring somebody with you? And she's like, yeah, a boy. And so Aggie kind of thinks of him as the main suspect.
Right. Naturally. So they try to go home and they try to open the portal, but it can't open anymore. So they're trapped in Halloweentown. Where the pumpkin would normally be, it became this big cement block.
Yeah.
And then Cal's face materializes in the cement block. And then this is where they realize that, okay, confirmed, Cal is a warlock.
I can't believe we just glossed over that, guys. This is the funniest part of the entire movie. I think, okay, his face on that giant cement block is the silliest thing I've ever seen in my life. And then that, in addition to all of his other like weird appearances of just his face kind of like in midair, honestly made me think, are these people doing this because they think it's funny? Like, is it an inside joke? Like,
I think they're just really trying to be revolutionary in Disney movie world. I think they probably thought it was really cool.
I don't know, man. You think they're not gonna laugh if they watch it back?
Maybe not. I don't know. It's 2001. Do you think the people in Smart Home? Oh my god!
Smart House?
Oh my god! Smart and Smart House were laughing too. They probably thought it was like, wow, we're doing something incredible here.
I don't know. That was like this movie is like the least scary movie for children I've ever seen.
No, Sarah. There are some scary moments. I mean, like scary things. Like those headphones were so scary. That mask later on, terrifying. We'll get there though.
Oh yeah. Oh, the mask. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
And then Marnie's like, Cal, and she thinks about how
calamari,
Cal gave her a rose.
calzone,
and she also got a rose from Kalabar. You're Kalabar's son.
Also, I feel like
that was a huge leap, but that's okay.
Yeah. Cal could have also like changed his name just for the purpose of this, so like she really wouldn't figure it out. To be like, my name's Chris. Like
Chrysabar?
Chrysabar. Crispy calamari.
Oh my gosh.
So everything's going wrong. They go to Aggie's house because there is another copy of the spell book somewhere in Aggie's house. She just can't find it. And in her house, Luke's spell wears off. So he turns back into his like
goblin-esque kind of thing.
His form. Marnie's like, oh, okay, so maybe it's just like a temporary spell. Cool. Marnie's so ignorant. You're ignorant. Anyway, so they realize, okay, this is a dead end. We're never going to find it here. And then Aggie's like, oh, I know where all lost things end up. So, and it's at that sock man's house. I always forget his name.
It's like Gort.
Gort? Yeah, we'll just call it Gort. They go to Gort's house, and he's just like a pleasant guy. He reminds me of like Stanley in The Office. If you can. Yeah, and everything's in neat order, and
he sold the spell book.
Yes, he sold the spell book, but he can't remember who he sold it to.
Ooh. And guess who shows up when he says that? Cal. This dude is, and she's like, oh, that's right, he was following us. This dude is like omnipresent. He's everywhere at all times.
He's doing the most right now.
Yeah. He doesn't necessarily like need to show up. It's kind of like the whole villain trope where the villain has to tell you the whole plan.
Yes, they have to like rub it in your face. Yeah. And then the spell hits Aggie. So now she's turning gray and boring. So Marnie's bright idea is like, oh my God, I know what to do. Time travel.
Make a Riri timer. If only it were that easy. If only.
I know. I also like time travel is like the most like complex thing in like I feel like in this like whole world. Like I feel like the writers of the movie were just like, okay, let's just do the time travel, but not really think about like, let's not really make it
the logistics,
right?
The physics of it.
Yes, let's not even pay attention. Let's just do what our heart feels like.
Yeah. Also, like if this was an option. Plot hole number 50 million already. Why couldn't they just go back in time and get the book like before they went through that whole thing? Like if she just knew it off the top of her head, Aggie just knew that spell. Also, why haven't they used it before?
Oh yeah,
I'm upset. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Also, they could have done it to before she took Cal into the room. They could have used it. Or it's like, does the time travel work in the mortal realm too? Is everything,
yeah,
it's the same there? They could have used it so that, okay, hold on. Okay. So basically, Marnie keeps on messing up the time spell until finally she ends up back in time.
Obviously, since it's a new spell to her, Marnie doesn't do it very well. The first time she just goes like 5 minutes back in time. Then she goes like thousands of years back in time to like the caveman era.
Yeah. Also, I was thinking like, because there's one caveman that was just like watching them do magic. Like, I feel like that could also have a huge butterfly effect.
Oh yeah.
Because he could just draw out what happened, and then everyone will know about. Okay. Anyways,
the legend.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. He'll probably be Schaffnada.
Okay, so she tries the time spell again, and they go back in time, but then Luke's not there, Aggie's not there, but you know who is there? Cal. And he has this little like slow clap moment, and then honestly I forgot what happens, but then Marnie's like, you need to stop doing that. This is against the code of Merlin.
Oh yeah, like that's gonna work.
Marnie. You think now he's gonna be like, oh snap, I'm breaking the rules? Okay, I'll stop. and meanwhile, this whole time, like I think it was Cal's like plan that he wanted like him and Marnie to be like these like supreme ruler. He wanted her to join him.
I thought he was just like messing with her for some reason. I thought he just wanted her to look dumb. Did he actually like her?
No, I think that he wanted like a Cromwell on his side.
Oh.
So he was like,
The
I
ultimate
can
revenge.
teach you so much more than like your grandma can or whatever. Okay, so Cal disappears, whatever. Luke is back. The magic still makes no sense here. They find out that Kalabar had already bought the spell book 50 years ago. And they kind of just like give up at that moment. And then in my mind, I'm just like, just you know exactly when it happened. Why don't you just go back another 50 years? Oh. They give up at that point. I guess it's because like it's almost midnight in the mortal world. So they're kind of like running out of time here.
I'm so confused.
What?
I'm so confused.
Why are you confused?
Because wait, so don't they find the spell book?
No.
But isn't that the thing that they lost in the
They don't find it because he's saying that the time period that they landed in is 50 years too late. They saw Gort or whatever, and he's like, oh, I remember that spell book. Kalabar bought it 50 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So they're defeated. They're like, okay, we're never going to get this spell book. Marnie's trying to like really think back. What did I say? It's a spell. And like meanwhile Luke is writing this down on this little piece of paper.
This is the most infuriating part of the entire trilogy. Well, we'll get to it. Go for it.
It's a spell, and he's like, no, you used a different word for it. Yeah, like it's a trap. And then he's like writing down like it's a spell, it's a trap, it's a charm, and he's like, oh, it wasn't a charm. You didn't say charm. But he's like, wait a second. Because on the paper, he wrote, it's a trap. Something. And then I forgot how he makes the connection that it's
Because they're trying to look for something that you might say backwards.
Oh yeah.
To reverse the spell.
He was like, it was something backwards, but they couldn't remember. So
yeah, so that he saw that trap spells the word apart backwards. Maybe that's the spell.
Oh my God.
And so she tries it on Gort. And it works. So she's like, Trappa, apart, Trappa. And for some reason that just like stayed in my mind for many, many years. I will never forget Trappa, but it's also so annoying because you have all of these spells and they're like, tick-a-day, or shafnada, and it's literally apart. Yeah. So they're looking all over for Aggie's spell book just for the word Trappa.
Also, I feel like the word apart, it would come up pretty often in like, you know, can you like tear this apart? Or yeah, like it's it's
basic.
Yeah. Trappa though.
It's on the nose too. It's on the nose.
But also, I forgot to mention this, but Aggie's attitude is really positive about this whole thing. Oh, yeah. Like, she didn't get mad at Marnie for like going into her room, for basically causing all of this, putting Halloweentown in danger, like, you know, kind of playing into Kalabar's hand. She didn't really get mad at Marnie. Got off really easy.
Oh, yeah, she did. Yeah, that whole thing was pretty much her fault.
As it is.
Wait, but it also wasn't? Because I feel like his plan would have happened anyway because they already got the spell book a long time ago.
That is true, but then they could undo the spell with the other spell book.
That's true. He's playing the long game here.
Okay, also, I was confused because Aggie knew that she was like, oh, I lost that book like years ago. But it's like, Aggie, you're so irresponsible. You know how much power this spell book has? Like, you didn't go look for it. Like, if you knew you lost it centuries ago. That's just me. I don't know. I feel like I couldn't sleep at night knowing that this powerful spell book is lost somewhere.
But also, 1 year in the Earth world is like 100 years or something in Halloweentown. And she was gone for 2 years, making it so that I think it was easier. No, my God. No, okay. Then Kalabar got it, but he was dead. I'm so upset. I am confused.
Okay, another thing I'm confused about is that because they're watching the clock on the the mortal realm, like how much time they have left before the portal, like you can't go back to the mortal realm once it hits midnight. But theoretically, if 1 year is 100 years, I just feel like it was moving very real time.
Yeah.
Like it was a very 1-to-1 kind of thing. I feel they were like they're supposed to have 100 times more the time, which is days.
When in the first movie, they went in and out of Halloweentown on Halloween night, but that story was over a few days, wasn't it? It wasn't over 1 day. Guys, comment,
confirm nor deny.
Comment below. Okay, guys. Anyway, they need to time travel, but they lost the spell.
And even though his house is where all lost things end up, if something is lost within that house, it's poof, gone forever. That makes no sense to me.
That made me so mad.
It's amongst many other things.
And then after this
oh my God,
thing,
I'm so mad.
I'm upset. Then he's like, wait, why don't you use my timeline? And they're like, what's a timeline? Oh, it's basically like you can use it to go to any time. Basically a time machine.
Travel. Yeah.
What in the world?
They wasted so much time. So now that I've like brought up the thing about like, okay, they have 100 times more the time that they have in the in Halloweentown. They said, okay, we have to get back within 15 minutes. That means currently in the real world, whatever 15 minutes divided by 100, that's how close they are to midnight.
It doesn't make sense. Hold on though. Also,
that's seconds.
I have another complaint. I just think it's so frustrating that Marnie reversed the spell on Luke and didn't just try to figure it out from there. If it was so easy to just like repeat what she had said. You know, Luke was trying to figure out like, okay, what did you say backwards? That changed me so we can figure out what the spell is. They could have just done it then and there when they were at Aggie's house.
It's because Marnie was like, oh, it must be a temporary thing. Like, oh, it's wearing off. She was just ignorant.
I know. That's why, like, that's what makes me so mad is that we could have like had a much shorter movie.
Like, you didn't have to start rewatching this so many times.
Yeah. And I didn't really like the whole, you know, Gord's house thing.
Oh yeah, we spent way too much time there.
The movie only had 3 locations.
The party, a second party, and Gord's house.
Yeah.
Okay, let's head back to the mortal world though. Let's catch up on Dylan and Sophie and the mom. Basically, long story short, the mom agrees to go to the dance with Cal's dad, so-called dad. We also forgot to mention that Aggie is like, oh my god, the creature spell. And they're like, what's the creature spell? And basically, it's a spell that if somebody's wearing a mask, they will turn into that creature.
Yeah, so they're trying to turn everyone in Halloweentown into like boring humans, and then everyone in the mortal world into scary monsters.
I guess the whole revenge thing is that we're going to turn you into these like hideous creatures. Well, not hideous to them, but to humans. These hideous creatures that you guys
are pretending to be.
Are mocking, exactly.
So he does it. And the mom turns into
a scary, scary thing. That mask was so terrifying.
But all the people who dressed up as like humans,
fairies,
they got off the hook.
I know.
The fairies did not turn into fairies. I was upset about that. But Sophie and Dylan were okay because I think
they were unmasked.
Oh, the mask.
They didn't have any masks.
No. It's not just the mask because Cindy was wearing just vampire teeth.
Oh yeah,
it was just that they were dressed up as humans.
Yeah, they were. They weren't dressed up like a mythical creature, like
exactly,
that kind of thing.
That would be in Halloweentown,
right? This is so hard.
We're
so close to the end, though.
I know. I got this. Okay. Chaos ensues. Monsters running everywhere. People are scared. Cindy is a real vampire now. Then Marnie and Luke, they're able to turn Grandma back. But it's too late to go and save everyone in the mortal world. The portal is closed. Halloween is over.
Yeah, and I bet this part really made you mad.
Oh, it did.
So they still have communication via the headphones. And Marnie's like, oh, this is all my fault. This can't be it. We're Cromwells. Like, we should be able to... Like, the portal was made with magic in the first place. We can do it if we just believe it ourselves.
Here's the other part. Okay, so they decide to make up their own spell, right? They made it up.
Yeah, they did.
So they're all holding hands, and like they even get Luke to hold their hand, and then everyone in the mortal world's holding hands and saying this spell over and over again. And what do you know? They get around like the thousands of years rule.
Merlin will not be happy about this.
So they make a portal, and now
they can save the day.
The next part also makes me so mad because now we're getting into the grand finale of how they defeat Cal. Somehow they confront each other, and you know they're talking a little more about the message of the movie, like, you want to keep us apart, but you know we want to be getting along with each other, blah blah blah. I'm a trappa girl, not an apart girl.
Trappa.
Trappa. And then you can correct me if I'm wrong, but somehow he just has the spell books in front of him in his hand, and he has like, you know, magic kind of like vines coming everywhere.
I'll be real with you. I think I really tuned out during this part. I don't recall vines, but no. I believe you.
They're like little black arms, like kind of like licorice.
Oh.
And he has the books in his hands, and Marnie's like, I'm going to get them. And they're like, yeah, you can do it, Marnie. I was like, why don't they all try? So like, do you have multiple witches there?
It's like that thing where, like in a villain like combat battle, it's like they all take turns to like fight, where they could all just be like ganging up. Like
I know.
Yeah, it's like that.
It has to be 1v1.
Yeah.
And Marnie's the chosen one, obviously, so she has to do it, and she just kind of, you know, thinks about magic, and then she starts glowing a little bit. And then, you know, it's a little bit difficult to get to the books, but then she kind of just, you know, puts in a little elbow grease, gives it the old college try, and goes like, grabs the books and like falls back. And then he just disappears.
Yep.
Then he's just gone. I was like, what?
It's like,
I must have missed something.
I definitely missed that entire thing.
Yeah, hold on.
That's that.
I'm like reading the Wikipedia to make sure that I didn't miss something, and no, he just kind of loses.
Yeah, the writers missed something.
Yeah.
A good plot. What was that one line in the first movie when Aggie was first teaching Marnie magic? Like, if you want it, like,
you gotta picture it and let yourself have it.
Yeah, this was like one of those moments. It was a very believe in yourself moment.
Yeah, and that's exactly how the first movie ended.
Yeah. Also, a parallel to the first movie, Marnie was like, oh, Luke has to believe too, which is like, that was a huge thing for Luke in the first movie too, but they needed him to like believe in it too.
No, it was Dylan.
I mean, not Luke, Dylan. Yeah, you're right. No, that's what I meant.
They needed, in this movie, they needed Luke to believe.
Oh yeah.
But also, not the best parallel.
Yeah, here. I don't know. No, they also asked Dylan, because Marnie was like, Dylan too.
Oh, okay. So it just probably like, they're like, been there, done that. All right, Dylan, get in. Also, Luke says, okay, so they need to go back to Halloweentown. But right before, Luke is like, he'll be back. She's like, something like, and we'll be ready. Cal never comes back. That's just the end of it, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
What was, okay, sorry.
The first movie is nothing. The third movie has nothing to do with it. He's
what
done.
Was the third movie?
The third movie was about they went to high school, and it was like.
Wait, what was the fourth movie?
She went to college.
What? I thought that Halloweentown High was the fourth. I'm definitely wrong.
No, it's the third movie. It's my favorite one. So yeah, Kalabar his story ends there.
He won't be back, and we won't be ready.
That line did not age well.
Well, you know what? They could do a reunion movie, and Kalabar could come back.
And both Marnies are in it.
Whoa.
It's like alternate universe. And Lucas Grable's in it, too.
Oh, wait.
Because he was in the third movie.
Yeah,
and the fourth movie.
yeah.
Lucas Grabeel is like in 50% of the movie. Like he's a huge part of this franchise. Not really. And Kelsey's in it.
Sorry. Kelsey's in it? Oh, yeah.
You're a big pink furry troll.
Okay, well, that.
So what'd you think of the ending?
Honestly, it's so unmemorable to me. I even watched it today. Oh my God. Okay, one part that like pissed me off. Okay, so the mom finally believes that Alex, I think was his name, is a golem, and that he's made out of frogs because Sophie like did some magic and then made a fly appear, and then Alex like stuck out his tongue and ate it like a frog. And the mom was getting mad at Sophie because she was like, Sophie, like, what did I say about doing magic in front of strangers? And then after it's revealed that Alex like is made out of frogs, she goes and does the craziest magic.
And everyone sees it.
Everyone's like looking too, and it just never went. It was never acknowledged.
Also, everyone saw everything. So I feel like this is kind of like a Hannah Montana movie kind of situation.
Oh, well, I guess they kind of addressed that where they had somebody say like, whoa, like, was this all a dream?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. Like, weird situation.
We all had the same dream. That is so crazy.
All the people who didn't turn into monsters, like, definitely were conscious the whole time.
Oh yeah.
They probably just went along with it. Like, okay, yeah. I was probably like blacked out or something.
I'm just gonna get straight to, is this what I've been looking for, or do I gotta go my own way? I gotta say what's on my mind. There's something about this movie that doesn't feel right
these days.
Yeah, I gotta go my own way. I mean, you know, back then, amazing
Indeed.
I still have respect for it, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
what do you think?
I definitely gotta go my own way. I just can't watch this whole movie in one sitting. I just can't. Like, and I don't think this is common, but the third movie is my very favorite one. Nobody ranked that one, or almost nobody ranked it as their favorite one. So I think like there's something wrong with me. And then maybe like next year when we do the third movie or whatever, I'm gonna feel like a dum-dum. Just remember, like, as of now, I said I like the third movie, but yeah, it was just, I just think that they could have done a lot more. It only took place in like one night, which made it kind of drag on. Dragon. Anyway, and then there was like the whole thing was a party. It just felt like it only had 2 settings, so I didn't really like that. It just felt kind of like boring. But I did take a couple of screenshots of reviews that I found on Rotten Tomatoes that I would like to share with you, Tiffany. This is a 1-star review from 2014.
Oh,
ready?
Let her rip.
I hate this movie. Everything black and white in Halloweentown.
Oh my god.
And Benny is normal.
Benny?
Yeah, the cab driver.
Oh my god, this review is so funny. Yeah. It's
Why a different actor for Kalabar?
Oh my god.
But I think he thinks that Cal's fake dad Alex is Kalabar.
Is Kalabar.
That wasn't him though, right?
No.
Okay.
He was just made out of frogs and mud. Why?
And Calabar's son is okay, but not a great actor. Special effects are terrible. The end.
Wow. Riveting.
Why a different actor for Kalabar?
Everything is black and white.
Like
the
Benny
file
is normal.
The file is corrupt. Like I think that they forgot to add color in the scenes.
Yeah. My copy's messed up. Yeah. I just feel like we both didn't like this movie, but he pointed out the most unexpected things. Okay.
That was a really fresh take on that. I really like that.
Okay, another one for 2014 had the best reviews. This one's a little longer. Oh, gave it a 4-star review. So this one's a little more nuanced, okay? As opposed to the first installment, which had a much more meandering pace. This one moves along quite nicely. I disagree. The premise is well conceived and has a much better structure. Maybe. But with a more appealing narrative comes more distracting plot holes. Why would they ever take this?
Okay.
This is why I took a screenshot. Why would they ever take a bus to Halloweentown when they can just walk through a portal every time?
Thank you.
Also, some problems could have obviously been solved earlier, but weren't addressed in order to stretch the script to fill the runtime.
I feel like you wrote this review.
I really didn't. It was some guy named Ethan. For instance, if Gort had told them much earlier about his time portal, it would have saved Luke and Marty all that trouble trying to find a way to get back to the future. And then you introduce the time travel element, which has no set of rules whatsoever.
Thank you.
Yes, avoiding all explanation as to how the characters are defying the laws of physics. As a pendant for these kinds of details, I found myself getting a headache from a movie that is really easy to follow. Of course, we have to realize that it's a film targeted towards young adults. Although it's not without a poor script, it's more engaging than its predecessor and much funnier too. Disagree. It's a bigger and better movie and closer to what the previous film should have been. No. But I liked the review enough.
The meat of it, that's come on the cast.
Yeah, Ethan, I like the way you think. I'm not gonna lie. And then we did ask you guys on Twitter to let us see. Yeah, we went
At
Twitter
Wildchats
this time.
PCast
to let us know any thoughts that you have on Halloweentown. And we have one. At 6 Minutes with Joe said, I truly feel like this movie is a social commentary on gentrification and racism. Only the woke will understand. I don't see the gentrification part of it. Do you get that?
No, but it is kind of like a judging others.
Also, they did say only the woke will understand. So maybe
we're just not woke.
We're just not. I can see the racism part, especially just like division and general.
Yeah.
Yeah, like bringing the world
together.
together.
I guess maybe like like the humans are being gentrified because now he's trying to take over the mortal realm and make everybody like goblins too. Maybe. In that sense. I don't know.
That the humans gentrified the world.
Right.
And that they had to kind of kick the Halloweentown people out.
Yeah.
The kind of,
But that was more so like the first movie.
Yeah. And the third one for sure.
Guys,
watch the third movie.
Okay, I think I like so Halloweentown High was the third one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's my favorite one too.
Because it's in high school.
Yeah, exactly.
And I like other people, they like the other movies because they actually go into Halloweentown versus in the third movie they don't really. So I was like, I like that part of it. I like that they're in the
I like that they're in a school setting. Yeah.
Because it's like we were in school and like they were in school and she had like a much better boyfriend.
Yes.
Yeah, finally. Also, do you think that they could have gotten Marnie and Luke together?
Yes.
I feel like they kind of set it up and then just kind of dropped it.
Maybe Luke had a similar contract as like Kalabar and they were like, okay, we're both not coming. If Kalabar's not coming back, we're both not coming back. Because I said that line in the movie and I'm going to look foolish if he doesn't come back.
You're so right. I just feel like they wanted to start all over kind of with the third one. Like, I mean, they hired so many new people.
That is true. Also, it's weird if like Luke had kind of like a budding romance with like the original Marnie, and then because they swapped out the Marnie, it'd be kind of like weird to continue that.
That's true.
Yeah.
But he could have totally been one of the kids at the high school.
That is true.
That would have been so
fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm upset. That's okay.
Also, okay, so Halloweentown High. We're just
like thinking about this, guys.
Yeah, okay. I just need to know.
By the way, Tiffany is laying down on the couch now. It's kind of like she's in therapy right now.
I've gone full horizontal. The school, Halloweentown High, makes it sound like the school is named Halloweentown High. Was it?
It wasn't.
Okay,
but, like,
why?
It kind of makes sense.
Yeah, but it's like
because like that's the high school that has all the Halloweentown kids, so it's kind of like a nickname.
That is true. I don't know. We'll get to this next Halloween.
Like Monster High was.
Wait, was it called Monster High?
Honestly, I don't know what Monster High is. What is that? I've heard it. No. I have to think of an example. Forget it. You guys get it. Anyway, we already rated. Let's give out some star dazzles.
Yes. Okay. I am going to give a star dazzle to Gort.
Oh, why?
There was a few times where he did that like growling, like I was really impressed with that.
I'm gonna give my star dazzle to Dylan.
Wow,
because,
interesting.
Yeah, he was one of the only people who was in all 4 movies.
Oh my God.
Not even Marnie was in all 4. And then I just feel like he's always the solid, pretty good acting rock in all the movies.
Yes.
I never get annoyed with him. He only adds to the experience. He doesn't make it like, he doesn't put me to sleep.
Right.
Others do. The story does. The plot does. Would you like to give out a star razzle?
I would like to give out a star razzle, and it's got to go to Sophie.
Soapy?
Sophie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sophie, I feel like all Sophies are plagued, like Corey in the House Sophie, Halloweentown Sophie. Yeah, I might as well just give Madison Pettis a star razzle while I'm at it.
Oh my God. I really didn't like her character, Corey in the House.
Yes, that's why I'm giving her like a surprise star razzle. Like,
she is not expecting that. By the way, guys, if you feel like I'm sounding more nasal as the episode goes on, I'm getting more and more congested as the episode goes on. I'm going to give my star razzle to... I'm just stalling. I'm going to give it to the frog dad, Alex.
Oh my God.
I did not like him.
I didn't like him either.
And he was mean.
Well, he was supposed to be because he doesn't really have his own like brain.
Exactly. Why would he get so much screen time?
You're right.
He was so boring. I want to give one to Marnie too for being a dum-dum.
Yeah. Marnie as the character. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Sucks.
Kimberly J. Brown, love ya. But also, like, her being dumb was, like, part of the plot, so I understand that
yeah,
it's, like,
but
necessary.
dumb, like, repeatedly for, like, 2 movies straight.
Oh, girl. She redeems herself in the 3rd movie. This is why I love the 3rd one. And then, who else? The mom. Should have seen it coming. Also, the mom went on a date to the dance instead of her son going to the dance. He was like, I'll stay. I don't even have a date, but at least you have a date. And she's like, okay. What? That's cruel and unusual. None of her kids were at the party.
Huh?
She just went. The mom.
I know. I was like, I didn't know this party was open to like whoever
Parents
wanted
want to show
to come.
up.
Yeah. Also, because in the crowd, they were all like the kids. It was not parents.
Oh my gosh. Oh, also, I'm gonna give a star razzle to Dylan and Sophie because they went on a broomstick themselves to the high school dance.
Oh my God.
Themselves.
Also, I was really mad about the broomstick ride because like they were doing these like spins like across the moon or whatever. And it like does a close up on them on the broomstick. And then Dylan is using both hands to hold his hat down. I'm like, how are you not falling off of this broomstick?
Oh no. Guys.
This is...
Anyway, happy Halloween.
Sophie didn't know how to drive a broomstick, just saying. Okay, anyways. Yeah, hope you guys like that.
Hope you guys have a great end of October.
Yes.
I hardly know her.
If you want to follow us on social media, we are on Instagram at Wildchats Podcast, on Twitter at Wildchats Pcast.
Emphasis on Twitter. Oh, by the way, yeah, I want to start doing kind of like the asking about future episodes and kind of the discussion on Twitter.
Yes.
So definitely follow us
there. That
there.
is where to be.
If you want your questions answered on the show, definitely go on Twitter.
Also, check out our website, wildchatspodcast.com. There you can also send us an email if you want. You can read more about us. Leave us a review on iTunes. Apple Podcasts. We'll give you a shout out on Instagram story.
And if you'd like to follow me, Sara, you can follow me on Instagram at I'm Sara Carreras and also on Twitter at I'm Sara Carreras. Thanks so much for listening, guys. It was great.
Sorry if we kind of like wrecked that.
On your favorite Halloweentown movie?
This was a very fresh take, having watched it very recently. A rewatch. And, you know, some things just don't hold up the same as they do.
Some things you do grow out of.
Oh.
No. I'll still keep watching it forever, obviously.
Right, yeah.
This is just like on like Disney Channel terms, you know?
Yeah.
It's still way better than like
we hold it to a very high standard.
Yeah, like do I watch any Nickelodeon Halloween movies? No. You just listened to Wildchats. Get your hand in the podcast. See you next time.